Today's video is going to be a little bit different. It is not going to be about gameplay or characters or anything like that. It is going to be what you should have in preparation for a tournament, like traveling to it, or if you're going to a local, and what you should have available to you, what you should bring with you to an event. But first, I do want to talk about something. I got my plaque! It's so cool! It has my name on it and everything. It's really pretty. Thank you everyone so much for your support to getting me to 100,000 subscribers. I will be doing a Nintendo Switch giveaway, link down in the description down below. I just wanted to kind of mention that and give back to the community that has given me this and also so much. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. But anyway, with that said, I'll actually also be doing a 100K special, but I don't exactly know what I want to do yet. So leave in the comments down below what you think I should do for it, because I honestly have no idea what I want to do for it. So let's get back to the video. So the first thing that I want to bring to an event is obviously my Gamecube controller. It is the controller that I play with. If I don't have this, I'm going to feel uncomfortable playing the entire time in-game, in tournament, in friendlies, everywhere. You want to bring your Gamecube controller or your favorite controller, obviously. Do not forget that, because playing with other people's controllers is obviously a lot worse. It is not comfortable. You know, the notches are a little different. Everything is slightly different. You know, the tension and the stick, everything. So you want to make sure you have your own controller. Second off, obviously, bring your Switch or your console if you have one, because you get to play on it and you get to practice on it and you get to have it for a setup if they have an extra dock or something. And you know, this also bring like your dock and your HDMI cord and the power and everything, because if you're especially going to a major, you will have the ability to plug it into your TVs at your hotel or at your Airbnb or wherever you're staying. So make sure to do that, so because you can practice with people outside of the tournament, especially considering a lot of times at big events like Genesis 6 that's happening this weekend, you know, you won't have the time nor the space to really play friendlies at the tournament. So the after hours friendlies grind is real as hell. A lot of the times I'll honestly use my Switch when I'm traveling is actually in airplanes. I try to get combos and things like that, practice training mode, etc. in the plane. However, because, you know, of the normal Switch, like, you have to typically play on Joy-Cons unless you have some really finicky combination of a bunch of wires in order to use your Gamecube controller, as I mentioned. Except there's this Gearhawk Studio thing in combination with PANDA Global, I think this is an older model, that actually allows you to dock your Switch onto it, and then you get to play with your Gamecube controller on your Switch, which is really sick. It's not a lot of cords. It's pretty simple. You know, if the I think if the plane has a power outlet, or if you have a laptop you can control it to like USB-C, I'm pretty sure it's just really simple. You do that, you plug it in, and then you plug in your Gamecube controller. And yes, it is not necessarily the best to play on for you know, like playing friendlies with other people, because obviously the Nintendo Switch screen is very small, and just playing like that in general is kind of suboptimal. That's not really the fault of this little contraption. It's kind of just the Nintendo Switch itself is not a big enough screen for me to want to play on, with like all the spacing and all the little tiny things that are happening, especially, you know, my training partner being MVD. I cannot see grenades or C4s just playing on a Nintendo Switch screen. But if you want to practice your training room combos and you play on a Gamecube controller, suddenly now you have access to it with just this little tiny contraption. It's really simple. Also, this does double as a Gamecube adapter, so you can actually just plug it into anything. You know, actually there is a Kickstarter going on right now, so if you want to go support this, you want to try to get one of these, I think it's like 30 bucks or something, so you can check the Kickstarter, also going to be down below. You know, it's actually amazing if you play with a Gamecube controller. If you don't bother. You really don't need it, because you can just connect your Pro controller to the Switch without anything. But if you do use a Gamecube controller and you do travel a lot, or do you just want something so you can play on this, you know, at events, if the small screen of the Nintendo Switch doesn't bother you, feel free. It's actually really good, and honestly I'm so glad that I had this, because it allows me so much more room in planes to just like practice with my Gamecube controller, which is so key, because literally before I had that, I had to practice combos on the Joy-Con, and then I had to relearn the combos on my Gamecube controller after, which was kind of annoying. I didn't like having to put in the double time, but now that I have the PANDA Global kicks thingy, I don't know what this is called, the Gamecube adapter, kind of, you know, it is actually amazing, and I really enjoy it, so I would highly recommend you guys check that out. As someone who is always on a team, I will always bring my jerseys. It's actually the first thing I pack are my sick little jerseys. You know, obviously if you are not on a team, it is not as much of a necessity to pack your jerseys, although you do have to pack clothing. And one thing that you should always remember is deodorant. And yes, I have big boy deodorant, because I'm a sweaty boy and I don't want to smell at venues. No one wants to smell at venues. My cologne is actually in my suitcase downstairs, and I'm really lazy and I don't want to get it for this recording. But also bring cologne or some spray, even if it's Axe. Axe isn't even optimal for like spray type of stuff, but it's good enough and it will smell better than BO. So please, at these big tournaments, you don't want these thousands of people to smell. You don't want to be one of them. Please make sure that you use proper hygiene when you're at events. Toothbrush, toothpaste, bring soap, bring shampoo, although I'm bald so I don't necessarily have to. Bring all the basic amenities that you need for a multiple day trip if you are going to a major, because you don't want to be that dude that has rancid breath because you had something with garlic in it the night before. Like, don't do that. Don't pick that. Please make sure that you take care of yourself at events because it makes everyone's experience better. Something that's also very important for you to bring is your phone charger. I have forgotten phone chargers or lost phone chargers in so many places that I literally bought about half a dozen phone chargers and just keep them in all of my bags since I travel so often, just to make sure that I have phone chargers, because it is the worst when you have to go buy a phone charger or you have to go buy headphones or something that you're going to use for the tournament itself or even on the plane. It is so obnoxious when you have to keep redoing that. So just make sure that you have your phone charger, because if you don't have your phone, you don't have your alarm, you lose a lot of things, and it's kind of just annoying not to know exactly what time it is at all times, especially considering, you don't want to miss your wave of pools. For those of you that have been watching my tournament wrap-ups, you may have noticed that my footage is a little bit smoother, and that is because I also bring my phone gimbal. This is a Smooth Mobile. It allows me to get like panning shots like really easily and really smoothly, because it's kind of like what a camera gimbal is, except now it's on your phone, which is really convenient. And that's also how I've been live streaming when I'm like doing IRL streams. I have been using this, so it is an amazing little device that I bring all the time. And also something else I bring to events are my bag of wristbands. I have a lot more than this. I have so many wristbands, but I do bring this because I like giving wristbands away to a bunch of my fans, or if I'm in top 8, I like throw it in the crowd, but I just haven't really been in top 8 since Don't Park. So I bring these. So remember, if you guys see me at an event, if anyone sees me at an event, please come ask me for a wristband. I probably have them, and I will give them to you because I love it. It reps the ESAM, it reps Panda Global, who is also doing the Kickstarter thing. By the way, remember about the Kickstarter, go check that link down below. It's just, I really like the fact that I have wristbands. It allows everyone watching or everyone supporting me to feel like part of my EFAM, my family, and it gives back and it makes you guys feel good about it. And also, it's just cool to see people wearing your merch. Like, it's cool to walk around seeing people in Panda gear. It's cool if people say they inspire me, like, it's amazing. So I definitely want to give back to my fans and my supporters by giving them some wristbands at events. So again, if you see me at Genesis 6 or any event, moving forward, please make sure to come up to me and ask for a wristband, because unless I run out, I will not say no. Also, given the fact that it's a huge convention with a bunch of people, I always bring some type of emergency, like vitamin C type of thing, like that'll just shock your system, or I also drink orange juice on most of the flights to get your vitamin C up so you don't get sick, because the worst thing that happens to so many people is they are underprepared, or they handshake too much, or hug, or just get really they're not taking care of their hygiene well enough, and so they get sick afterwards. Having these vitamin C packets is super clutch, and I've literally never got sick when I have to actually travel with them, and I forgot sometimes and got sick, and I'm like, well, damn, I should have had them. So make sure that you get your health up, that you use vitamin C and things like that. It helps a lot. And me being someone with very big lips, and I'm also a mouth breather, I always bring some type of chapstick or a lip moisturizer. This is something from Lush, to make sure, because it's over the course of a weekend, you're definitely going to get stressed. You're definitely going to not really pay attention 100% to how your body is feeling, because you're focusing on your mind in terms of the gameplay. So I definitely bring this type of thing for me, because I know my lips crack really easily, as many of you have told me in the YouTube comments. And also, don't forget to drink water, eat food, try to eat healthier at these events, because you're constantly going through all this stress. And yeah, it's not real, you're not life-threatening stress or anything like that, but focusing on a game for a very long time, or just being out for extended periods of time is pretty stressful. So make sure, eat your veggies, drink water, basic things like that. But you'd be surprised how much better it makes you feel when you do that, instead of just going to your closest fast food chain. So make sure you do that. And also, don't forget, again, you're gonna have to check this in your bag so many times. Before I leave, I'm so well traveled. I've traveled so much, and every single time before I leave, I go, okay, I have my toothbrush, I have my controller, I have my Switch, I have my phone charger, I have my gimbal, I have my lip stuff, I have my clothes, I have my deodorant, I have I do everything. I literally run all through in my head and make sure that I have everything, and I will still randomly forget things. Thank God I don't have hair, because I don't have to worry about a hairbrush, but Jesus, it's so hard to keep track of everything. So I definitely wanted to give you guys this video, and I wanted to make sure that, especially so many new people are in the scene right now, and I want to make sure that you guys have the resources available and that you don't forget anything going to your first big event. because I want to make sure that your guys' events, whether it's actually a local big event or regional, whatever, it doesn't really matter, that you have everything you want to, like, everything that you should have in order for you to maximize the amount of fun and maximize your experience enjoyment. I guess I totally worded that wrong, but that's totally okay. And yeah, that is going to be about it for this one. Thank you all for watching. Remember, check out the Nintendo Switch giveaway down below, and also check out the Kickstarter that Panda Global is hosting for the Gamecube adapter thingy. It's really, really cool. I like it a lot. As always, social media, Panda and partner stuff is down below. Thank you so much for the 100K, and I will see you all next time. Bye.